Okay. What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at big blind defense. It's going to be all the stack depth against all positions. And let's see if we can defend or not. So here, facing a big bet. So this guy is early position. So his range is great, is scary. He uses a big bet, even more scary. But what
This
do we do
hand's too
with
good.
king four? Because I think
This
that's a
hand's.
check raising hand, but
You're right, Louis. I think you're going to check raise a little bit less versus that size, though. I'm gonna say 70% call, 30% like raise.
my guess that we want to raise king five and king four a lot because we have backdoor straights with it. We get better kings to fold, blah 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 blah. Let's see. Okay, we found it.
Yeah, it's actually not calling, it's just raising more. Huh. That is a card I might consider checking.
It was a prank, right?
Well, yeah, it just, okay, so my problem with this card is I don't think it interacts too well with this continue range.
Yeah, but
So that,
we needed like a straight card, a diamond.
yeah, but that's the
Yep,
other part.
I agree.
It doesn't improve our equity. So I'm a little torn. I wouldn't be surprised to see some leading sometimes, but I mean, I think it's just gonna be a big time check here.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
check fold. I think we have hearts, we have straight cards.
I agree to,
Yeah. Like we have stuff like
yeah,
7-8 here, right?
yeah, for sure. Yes, okay.
Bombs
Uh,
away.
we're playing from the other end this time. I like
Let's
a big.
freaking go.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't know
freaking
why
go.
it does that.
I want to pile. It's a setting you to alternate in position, out of position.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you have it under any.
Ah,
Alternate positions off. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to play that one. That
Uh,
last one was gonna be fun. We're gonna triple.
Yeah.
yeah, it was triple A, it was. So start with a check.
I feel like it's gonna be a check call against most sizings.
Yeah, just call.
We're super deep. This is you could maybe raise 3x as a bluff, but I don't think we're
Well,
gonna raise any 10x.
hear me out, okay? This is sketchy, but whenever we have second pair with an ace with the best kicker, sometimes we raise. Now we have second pair with the best kicker. Could we ever raise at this stack depth?
So
Probably
that's
never,
for
right?
value. No, because I also think when you're at SPR 10, you really need more backdoors.
Yeah, man, you have the kind of hand that wants to manage the pot and see turns and rivers. You don't really have a hand that's going to improve greatly on very many
Yeah.
runouts. So
It's
bloating
so
the
it's like
pot,
slivers for coverage.
Too
Yeah.
deep, right?
yeah, I mean, you could even call that you could call it solver noise. It's so little.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but I think you'll often see like, yeah, slivers like that that really are for board coverage. You need some 10x in your raising range. You don't need a lot of it. Like you need a vanishingly small amount, in fact. But yeah, you'll see like 3x in your raising range here as bluff. Like 4-3, 5-3 make pretty good raises.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can bring some heat against like the 10-9s of the world and stuff.
Exactly. King Jack or
What
just
about
like
the king five here? With diamond? King
King
Uh,
five of
five seems
diamonds.
reasonable. I would
yeah, it's
prefer it with not king high, maybe like queen high and jack high, like queen five, jack five, because then it's a little bit less showdown value, but maybe.
all right. So what's the worst hand we continue with here in your mind?
We need an ace, top pair. We need two pair. We need like maybe like king jack,
What are you
second
doing with
second
like a
pair with a
hand like?
redraw.
All right. So what are you doing with a hand like 9 of spades or king 3 of spades.
Those are
We're
easy
not getting calls.
continues.
8-9 is a fold. No, is it?
No, 8-9
Can be.
is combo draw. They're
Well,
both
I
combo.
mean, we're looking at 2x pot here also, like.
Yeah, but 8-9 is the bottom end of the street. Does that matter?
Yeah, but I'm not full. I mean, maybe I'm a fish, but I'm not folding.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like, I'm not like super dialed in on like how wide. I definitely overfold versus this type of aggression. I'm just kind of curious, like where we would draw the line, because there's going to be some hands that are in a really
I think what
bad
I've seen with
situation
like
here.
we're very deep still,
Like,
like there's another 75 big blinds to play. I think the solver is gonna really like having opportunities to draw to like 5 card hands and to beat, strong mid hands. So like I think like it's not that excited to station off with like ace five, because like ace five just never improves to anything.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. I
Yeah.
think like king 3 is kind of interesting because it has a lot of interesting donks you can use. All right, so king 4, here you go. That's pretty interesting. King 3 is calling. What was the other one asked about? Asked about 8-9
9-8,
suited.
apparently we three bet it pre,
Yeah, you do something with it pre, so it's just not around.
We
like my
fold
dad.
flop. We just fold flop with 8-9.
Queen, wait, is that queen five of spades folding? Or did it already raise?
Now queen five
Oh my
is
God.
folding.
How? How?
I mean, I guess it's one of those things you got a second best draw here sometimes. I would imagine like this 2x sizing is probably the non-made hands that are in that range probably are king high flush draws
Yeah,
or
you're right. So
king
it's like
high
either you're up
blockers.
against a set or you're up against a better flush draw. How do you like your hand?
Right,
The king
right.
four,
So it's
folks, the king four and queen four of spades. Is that just spades that are raising?
yeah,
King
yeah.
four suited.
You can tell by the quarter height that it's the only one that would be raising.
Okay, right. Cheers.
Mhm.
Everything else is way too bad.
Yeah, you're just nuked. I mean, it's 2x pot, like,
Okay,
and be honest, like, you probably should be over folded node anyways, because people aren't, I mean, people aren't finding this size in all of the games.
so we're supposed to be calling half of the
Oh,
time here and folding half of the time. So do you wanna have a spade when you call or no?
You can't call.
50-50.
You can call. Yeah, I would, I think it's probably good to skip that one. You just had the nuts with the nuts blocker.
Yeah.
So continue, you gotta continue versus that, I think.
Hmm? No
Dude,
spade.
it's one big blind though.
no, I don't really want to call this hand.
I'm
I don't
folding.
want to.
No
If you don't
spade.
want to
Either.
call, then raise.
No, it does fold.
I missed it. That was just a pure fold.
Yeah,
It
98%.
was. Yeah, it was.
Easy fold against this sizing. It's a pretty bonkers sizing on this board, right?
I think you see that kind of sizing on like, one high card, disconnected cards, like high, mid, low rainbow. But I think it's more dominant around like 10 jack high boards than, the king high boards. This one makes kind of for a fancy check raise, I think.
Yeah, I like that. Ace of spade,
Yeah, I can see it both ways. I think it's gonna call a lot as well.
the
Yeah,
eight.
we're just we're 100 deep, so like there's a lot of runouts. I think you kind of want to lower the SPR a little bit.
I
Yeah, check raise
see,
is bigger.
Yeah, I'm kinda with Pete, like, I feel like the texture of the board, check raising small is probably not gonna accomplish much.
Yes, but
Not
Uh,
anymore.
I thought this deep we check raise a little bit less.
But if we're gonna find a check raise,
uh,
this blocks the straight and has the nut flush blocker. It's gonna want to go bigger.
I don't hate that, Pete. Like, I don't really mix my sizings too much, but, I could definitely see an argument for going 55 here.
What about
Yeah,
83?
yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's gonna be very dynamic, and there's a lot of money behind. So
Uh, 83 is kind of interesting. Like I said, I don't really split my check raises that much. It's
Okay.
kinda interesting though.
I
Hmm.
agree.
And then, do you think our check raise frequency goes up or down, given we're deeper?
I think it's just different. Like,
It goes down for sure.
you're taking like equity driven combos that have like draw potential as opposed to, I'm sorry, you're taking draw hands as opposed to like equity driven combos. Like if you're really short and you have a hand like ace 10 here, you might just go with it. As opposed to like, you know, you might be more prone to play check call this
Alright,
stack depth with.
so you guys say raise?
Yeah, look
Bigger.
at Pete. Pete's a solver, man. He found the,
Bigger.
he found it.
Child of the sim.
Yeah, that's
Really
good.
big. Like really big.
You want to play if you want to play for 100 big blinds, you got to put on your big boy pants.
Well, and it's
And it's like
also,
if you have a value hand right now, if you have like even Jack 10, I mean Jack 10 just hit the nut turn, but if you have Jack 10, like there's a lot of bad turn and river cards, and like you'd like to get some value now.
yeah, I mean, you have to carve out like what you're targeting for folds too, like, a little check raise, you're not getting hands like king 9 to fold or like queen 8 suited. Um, you know, the ace 10s and things. Like he's got so many drawing hands on this board.
Hmm.
This is a good card to barrel small, I think. I don't know if we need to go very big. Like if you have if you check raise Jack 10, you got the nuts. If you had pocket 7s, pocket 10s, you kinda got the nuts.
Mhm. If we
Your
have if we
bluffs
check
in
raise the
terms of
jack,
two
we have
spades
trip
just got
jacks.
there. So a lot of like you're kind of lacking in bluffs to match your value.
Yeah, this is a good one for it though, cuz I mean, this
Yeah,
is
yeah, exactly.
The only downside is if we flop the straight here, this is the worst card in the deck. So we are going to have some checkbacks too.
fair.
And I
Yeah.
don't think the ace of spades wants to check back.
So a little 55?
Yeah, I'm just yeah, exactly. I'm afraid to go bigger than that.
I would
Because
never
again,
go bigger than 55. I'm actually like
yeah.
in game, probably going to be using like a 33 size here a
Okay,
lot.
you down bet here.
40,
If you use
40,
that, you
40.
down bet, cause we check raise to 10, now you wanna bet 9?
Well, yeah, like a lot of the hands that you had check raised have nutted up, which pushes like some of his continues away. So if you have like, if he's got a hand like, king, queen, and this jack hits the turn and he doesn't have a spade, he's not gonna continue for a larger sizing. And like, you want him to draw if you have a house here.
Pretty sure he has to call with king queen here for 15. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, so check or small.
Yeah, good site to go small. And yeah, it's like you said 55 is the absolute max, and the solver agrees.
Mhm.
Right, so I would never bet 20% here. I guess we check.
I just don't, like, this is a goofy note for me, because now it's like, I think you just jam here sometimes, like, I seriously think you just go all in.
Check jam.
You wanna play the check jam? I don't know if we have showdown for that.
There's
Maybe
The
we
thing
do.
is,
the something is
It
wrong.
went check, it went check, check, turn. I think I just wanna go all in. Or
Yeah.
like 150 pot. Like, I wanna go big here.
We're still ahead of like queen 9. We're still ahead of king queen. They're going to give up sometimes. Ace high is going to win occasionally. And we have a good hand that can check bluff.
So he's gonna have ace queen. Yeah, he wants to go big,
Nope.
big.
Just big.
I think, okay, so like what pushed me that direction, Peter, was we chose a large check raise size on the flop. So I feel like we pruned out some of the showdown hands we would maybe beat with, an ace and an eight. So I think this is like more ace queen, ace king, ace ten. Stuff like that in here. Maybe it's aces, maybe it's kings.
Good reasoning, I like that. Probably right. So we press the metal. Press the pedal to the metal.
Nice. Yeah, it's big.
And he folds nines.
Yep, got him.
Very deep against EP, big bet.
I would not be check raising this, like, his range just has like us pretty nuked here. But I think you do call.
Yeah, I agree. Because like his bluffs are a lot of stuff we dominate, like Jack 10 kind of hands, or
Ooh,
and there you go.
how do we proceed? Do we play check? I think you still play check. I don't think you ever donk here.
Yeah, I can imagine donking a little bit, but I mainly want to check.
What did you
Yeah,
say, Pete?
Like the jack is just not a good card for our range. It's good for his range, right?
I think in
You know,
general.
I think you can, yeah, you can see like we have a little like queen jack, but it's just not good enough.
Yeah, but he has like sets of jacks here now that got there, right?
Yeah,
He's,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I mean, he's got like big two pairs. Okay, like I'm gonna go like maybe pot here, like a round pot, not much bigger than pot. Yeah,
It's interesting because
74.
like neither player has flushes a lot. I feel like Solver might find a bigger bet, even though it's a little dicey in game.
He
150
does have
is kind
some
of funny.
flushes in the check back range, some. So like if you go too big, I don't know. Yeah, it does go 150 or micro. Look at that. Look at the little
Micro.
babies.
I actually think like there's still going to be some balance, but I feel like in these double flush draw situations, the solver goes pretty strong with the back doors and often holds the front doors in reserve.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Like, I feel like this size is gonna be good if they're bluffing, but if they're just playing check, if they're not finding their bluffs, it's probably better just to bet it for them.
well, what checks the turn, right? The weak ace, the weak top pair, nah. So I think like these are all calling a small bet like that.
Check. So this is a hard one. We're really shallow, so like, I don't know.
The pair board,
If
we're on the
this,
big line.
yeah, this is just, I don't think this is the hand class that you really wanna choose at this stacked up is
I
my
think
problem.
so, because upper dangler to the pair card. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but we just kinda have trash equity versus like anything he continues with for the most part.
Would you check raise the 10 here, Louis?
Yeah, definitely.
This at this SPR?
Yeah. Ah. It's
15
getting
big blinds
murky,
and you
right?
want to shake them off the hook when you have trip tens?
See, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like on Team Pete a little bit with that. Where it's kinda like, like. It's 10-10-5 rainbow also is my thing. Like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to find, continues.
I still believe it's a check raise. Could be
Okay,
wrong.
well, if it is a check raise, it's a small one. But,
I think
I
I would
think,
like to learn a little bit more about how to handle these very short stacked trip boards because I think I like kind of have my like 30 big blind heuristic and I just don't know really how that all 15.
alright, so click the button and then let's look at the range. So it does click a little bit.
I think I like check raising like queen 9 or jack 8 more than I like check raising queen jack. Right?
It's
Hands that wrap
50-50,
around
huh?
the 10. Yeah. EV is so close, right? Just because you're so short.
So all the tens,
So
right?
So this is at 17. Drop it down to 15 real quick, or 14. Whatever the one right below this is. Just to see how it, right? So all your tens pretty much, except for your best ones. Like there are some that call as you get higher up.
Yeah, but Pete was right. The shorter you get, the
All
more.
your fives,
Yeah,
the more you play call.
Yeah.
So let's see where the bluffs are coming from. So like obviously if you have a five, that's a big part of this range. 4-3 suited is kind of an interesting one. 6-3 suited. 6-4 suited. 8-6 suited.
Stuff in between the 5 and the 10, basically, that have a backdoor flush. Not really, right? Cause 9-7 would be in there, no? Why 9-8 and not 9-7?
I guess
You're-
maybe blocking 10-8's better than blocking 10-7 suited.
You're just you
I
could
think we
turn
have more
more.
straight draws on the turn, with 9
Yeah.
8.
I
Like
mean,
lots
it's
of
not
open
doing it.
ended.
Yeah, it's not doing it pure with 9-8 or 8-7, so that it has to choose one that it doesn't do, and it chooses 9-7.
Tie on VPN, I'm Vietnamese. Good
Yeah.
shot.
So check raise and then hit the card. Well,
Dude, I don't know, man. Maybe you bet 2 now. Like bet,
4. We bet 4 and now he's gonna fold his backdoors that are not hearts. He's gonna fold king
uh,
jack. He's gonna fold
it's
some
getting
aces.
dicey.
We check raise a lot of our fives too, though, right? Like we don't have a
I
lot of
know.
fives or a lot of tens here now.
Did you play check? He did play check raise.
Yeah, no, stops. It stops.
Just a prank, bro.
Yup.
Okay.
Now after check, are we going for it? I think so. Push.
I mean, I guess you could,
See,
but
this,
I still think you get
this is
called
my,
by ace high here
this
sometimes.
is my sweet little league. We float a little bit wide. Check on the turn. And now we bluff the river. That's what I like to do. It's probably not gonna be good, yeah.
Well,
So I don't need to try to win those spots. Damn.
Yeah,
good night,
dude,
Irene.
yeah, good night.
We had him.
This has got some potential. I can see check raising that, but he can give it to you.
What about checking?
I would probe small here, I think. Like I bet 33 here sometimes.
Think it's more biggish. It's a little weird with this hand because this hand is actually kind of good. Like it's not the worst hand we have. Yeah, against Miss C bet, I think we go pretty big.
Maybe so.
So
I
33?
think you should probe. I think you should probe. I don't know the size.
Because
I
we're
think
just like you think about our range. We have plenty of like 8x and
yeah,
one
look at Tim,
notes.
Tim.
He just really doesn't check back a lot of
No, he doesn't.
8x.
Tim finds it. Like you can do 2x pot here. You can just be
Yeah.
like, your ace jack is no good,
Hmm.
sir. Fold your hand.
That's really
Against
good,
a missed
actually.
flop c-bet, as long as the texture doesn't change dramatically, I tend to go like 100 to 150.
Yeah, he
Very
doesn't
good,
check enough
very good.
eights,
And
right?
this one just
'Cause
strikes me a little bit too good. Like if I had something junkier, just like a 10-6, then I'm a little more excited to go big.
Yeah, and it's one of those things like there's not, you have a pair draw, right? Like, if you get called, you basically lose on the river unless you hit a queen or you hit a nine with like some very few exceptions. So if you are gonna bluff, you need to use the appropriate size. Like maybe if we had like a draw, like if we had 3, 4 of spades, maybe we could support a smaller bet size, or if we actually had like ace eight or something, or some kind of eight.
So I really like this hand because as one of you guys said, he wouldn't check an eight, right, on the flop. So that's why we go
Yeah,
big.
very little. Very little.
Let's just double check that he doesn't check too many eights. Right? And then, because the range is betting a lot here and it's betting big, right?
Yeah, so even like, you really just don't have a lot of small bets.
Okay, so he's not
Look
checking.
at like
And if you look at his,
ace deuce for value.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so he
Because
has
you just think you're up against,
like,
you think you're up against like ace
and
king
I
off.
think your villains in real life aren't even that balanced. I don't think like you're finding players that are just checking back an eight randomly there,
Yeah.
like 8, 9.
I
I just
agree.
don't think that happens.
Yeah. So when the eight pairs, we're pretty sure he doesn't have one. Most of the time he doesn't, so we can just wah, get him easy. So that's a good one. We have the same board, no? Just similar?
Similar, very similar, same class. I don't see a reason to bet.
So what we check?
Bet one or check, like bet really small or check.
I didn't get called by ace high.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it's a check. 2-10 to
Yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah. I don't hate playing check.
Ooh,
Or
look at
you can bet
this.
three. You can just go for three.
Yeah. Are you guys still with me?
Still
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. My connection is
This is a pretty
struggling.
good check raise, I think.
Oh
Alright, so
man.
this is an interesting one. Okay, so we see the same principle we just looked at, but we have like a mountain of equity sitting in the hand. So does that embolden us to go even larger, or does that temper our size because we want him to continue?
But the range of the villain is stronger as well, right? Very different.
Well, not on this board, not
Yeah,
on this board anymore.
okay, let's try it.
I think you still wanna go big for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Pot.
so we got
Yeah.
a good one here. Pretty
125
nice,
pot.
right?
Okay, now it's very, very interesting. He plays call. Does he have 7, 8 in range? Or does he have, what is it, 5, 7? He doesn't have 5, 7.
7,
We
10.
do have,
Really?
he doesn't have 7, 10. Um, We're blocking the front door flush, which he shouldn't have too much of because he's betting a lot of those,
Alright.
I think, on this flop. So as far as like blockers go. I don't know how relevant ours are. I don't think they're like too horrible. I think he does have some 9-10 in range though. He does have some 9x here.
Yeah.
Cause you bet large. Um,
83.
I don't know if you give up. I don't know if you give up. I don't think you give up.
A little less. 34.
Okay, so if you
I-
bet, if you bluff small.
I think
Because
it's a
we
one
have
and
big
done.
against his range to like value. I feel like he's gonna just have ace king there sometimes, you know?
Could be. Right?
Uh, Alright, so like if you had a ace of spades here, I would just check jam this. But you don't, so I might just consider folding this.
Yeah, it's dicey.
Alright.
Feels like a good jam though if you have the ace of spades at 10 big blinds. Call?
Pair draw?
Dude, feels kinda bad.
Just fold.
E-
Too big.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
JK,
Oh my god.
that's 0.24 also, it's 0.24, it's
Our
it's like
fortune in
not
the.
even like a little bit either, right? Like that's yeah, it's a fortune, so. I didn't know the answer. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably over folding there. I think you call still. You got 2 overs to second pair and like. A 6 is good, a 10 is good.
It looks like it found our league and it wants to exploit us.
It's kinda small. Your bluff.
Joe says fold.
Yeah,
Alright.
pretty break even,
Yeah. Zero if you call. You can call, you can fold.
pretty
Fine.
break even.
Not wrong. It's okay to fold here.
Yeah, you're not farming much EV. I would let this go now.
Yeah.
Again?
Dude,
No.
no, the flush card came in, so I think you just. Like, okay, like, you might get me if it's like the jack of diamonds or something, maybe it's a continue, but.
Fish.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so we play check. Got some mixed feelings about this one. Cause if you check raise, you kinda want him to have like some jack X, queen X continues. So we're
I
kinda
think
blocking.
No Crya told me the other day, he doesn't really check raise open enders. He thinks it's more like calls.
Well, it
I think there's a
depends.
lot of that. Yeah, there's spots where you can. It's not like 0%, but I agree that it's
It
low.
depends on the stack depth. Like when you're super
Yeah.
deep, they're more check raisey because they have the potential to turn into a much better hand. But the shorter you are, like 10-8's gonna be more valuable check raise than queen jack here.
Yeah. Okay, 50-50. There's a lot of raising.
Yeah, it's still quite a bit.
And with a dynamic board, it's kind of big-ish. Like, don't go much smaller than 50%.
Alright, so we played check call. I wonder if you do have leads on this ever.
On a
It
6,
is a good card for us. We have the 2 pairs, which he doesn't have. Like, we have 9-6 and 10-6. We also have offsuit 8-7. So
We have
it is
offsuit
kind of good
8-7,
for us.
I
and
think
we also have,
if it was 10-5 deuce and then 6 comes, maybe, but like this, I'd be surprised.
Well,
well,
but
there's
again, we have
also,
16 combos of straights now. That's pretty good.
we do, and we also have like the jack of diamonds is a pretty key card with like bluffs. So like we can bluff on a 7, we can bluff on any diamond really. We get there on an 8, we get there on a king, a queen's probably gonna be good, a jack has got a chance of being good too, so I don't know. Check's definitely not gonna be wrong here. I was just thinking like you might have dogs here sometimes.
A lot of it.
Yeah,
Again, like
and I
10
think
6,
it's,
9 6 are two other
yeah, Tim,
cards that
Tim articulated it really well.
and like hijack has there's no 10 6, no 9 6.
So the two pair.
Oof. Check, check.
Uh,
I want to blast
I
this
think you need to,
thing.
man. I think you need to.
Yeah.
He's gonna have like, he's gonna have hands very similar to ours. He's gonna have some king, queen here, and he's also gonna have like ace X. He's gonna have like some ace jack, some ace queen, some ace king. Uh,
This is too high in the range. Gotta check.
I kinda wanna blast it like with Tim, but
I recognize my lead. And I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah, like king high might have enough showdown value. Queen high is just like, just not. Ace high definitely has showdown value. You don't have to bluff it.
Okay, so very surprising. Never
And
check.
it's a lot of like 50 to 100% pot, right?
Do we win a showdown? We didn't see, right?
Nah, dude, we never win at showdown. Like, I think like you win maybe 1 in 10 times there. I don't even think that. I think it's like less than 1 in 10.
Mhm.
It was like point something big blinds is the value of checking, so it's like 0.
So this has to be a continue.
Yeah,
Do we ever play check raise here? I don't think so.
I don't
Uh,
think so. I like in a deep stack situation that our backdoors are working for us. Like we do have backdoor straight, we do have backdoor flush.
So deep stack, we
right.
check raise a little bit less, right? And then second pair. But we got the good overcard.
I
So,
think you just play call. I think you just play call.
and then we're deep. It's a big bet. And he's early position, so his range is scary. So definitely has to be a call.
Check.
Now, do you think we're gonna check raise?
Okay, so now we're gonna bet. Now the question is how big are we gonna bet?
I like 21%.
No,
Call raise.
get out of here with that, Vincent.
21%, look at that. Never.
I wanna go kinda big. No, Vince is not crazy. Okay, it's not crazy. He wanted to do 3 and the answer's 7.
Yeah,
So, but I just don't know exactly why you wanna go 7. Vince, why did you wanna go 3?
So I can call a raise.
Yeah,
7 and call a raise makes sense. 21 would be
you're,
fine.
you're
What do
putting a
we
lot
do?
of responsibility on your opponent there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but when we
so
bet half and they raise, are we just snapping it off?
I think the easiest node there to play for me is bet large, fold to a raise.
against under the gun, whose like range contains all kinds of stuff on a 3 Broadway card board, his check back range is just going to be really nerfed to 1 pair hands. He's going to have pocket nines and worse, and he's going to have some jacks and tens, and it's just going to be
Yeah,
hard for
yeah,
him to
yeah.
call a big.
Yeah, that's fair, Pete. That's fair. That's fair.
Did anybody
We
catch the EV difference between betting
don't,
3 and 7?
It was pretty close, but like the big
no, I
difference was
didn't.
like when you chose to bet
Don't
bigger, like if
fold.
you go 21 bigs, it's
Oh,
a
wait, do
a
fold.
VV torch.
do fold. You're too shallow. If you were deep, you would continue here, but I think,
There's
you
an ace
can't,
on board. And we're
you
against
can't
under the
continue.
gun one. We
Yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
fold.
You can't continue here, I don't think.
Yeah, you just fold 60% pot.
I'm flicking it in if we're deeper though. I might even raise that sometimes. I'm trying to find more raises on ace high boards, but you know,
Buckle up.
buttercup.
Yeah,
I think this is just a call.
could be.
Uh,
I can raise here
um,
too, but I prefer
um,
call.
You need a
I like
spade to
call.
raise. One spade, you always raise. Oh my goodness, we all got fooled.
Wow.
Just fold.
So this is it. You know, I call here, turn goes check, check, and I'm gonna over bluff the river.
Maybe raise here.
No, look at the stack sizes.
Why you wanna raise for?
Yeah, you're right. We are too shallow. Well, I mean, you have a lot of attractive runouts. And you're applying a lot of pressure to just his like, this is a limp check pot, no, or is it a raise pot? It's a raise. Okay, so he doesn't have a lot of 10x in his raising range, I don't believe. We have way more 10x in our calling range. But, I think we're too shallow. Like, I would play call here, though. If we were deeper, I would consider raising.
So you wanna
Is
call?
this chip EV or is it some kind of ICM?
There's no ICM sense yet, Vince.
If we're looking at post flop, it's always gonna be chip EV.
Yeah,
Until it's not.
just
Until
call
it's not.
pure.
Someday.
I have
Or
some,
just
but
fold.
Oh my god, what a psychotic spot.
I don't think you get to folds. Maybe you just bluff raise it in. I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
we
think,
can fold here.
maybe. I don't know.
what's the button?
Feels bad, dude.
I
I'm
like
clicking green.
I like
Feels
folding.
bad. We need a feels bad button.
You do. You need a feels bad button with a frowny face on it.
That's fold, no? Oh my god, what have I done? 7 big blind per 100.
It's not like printing, but, it's enough to consider.
Oh, what? Okay,
Oh,
okay.
sometimes you river that. Let's go.
Give me all the monies. We're gonna lose to
Oh, he has
Jack
Jack
10.
10. Yeah, let's
He's
go.
got Jack, he's got Jack 10. Pocket jacks. Oh, we didn't get to
What
see
was
it.
it? What was it?
Dude, I'm pained. You don't call to hit the river to not see what you're.
Hey, we were winning. And that's all that matters. We played the
What you're
hand
losing
well.
to, right?
Have you read my last test article?
I have grazed over it. I didn't read it word for word yet. But yes, I have started.
Thank you, thank you.
Call. I see no merit in raising.
I see merit in raising here.
What kind of merit?
Well, you know how you check raise on your best top pairs? Well, somehow second pair with ace kicker does that sometimes. Like quite
Okay.
often.
This feels kind of like a dicey texture to be doing that kind of shenanigan on.
Yeah.
Oh, Yahtzee. Check. He's gonna bet big because he's got ace jack and we win. Click.
You don't wanna let them.
Click.
Ooh,
I kind of like
Don't.
calling and then just ripping the river.
ah. No fancy plays here. Just, you just click it. Oh, oh, is that it? Is that so? Say it ain't so.
Ooh, no
Okay.
3-bet. Interesting.
That's what I said. That's why you just read my mind, Vince. I was like, okay, well, we're playing the call node, first button with nines.
Call.
Yeah, call.
100% call.
Okay.
You don't play the call no to fold a flop small bet. Oh, we got counterfeit. Check fold.
Time to bluff.
Gee,
No, you donk it.
surprise.
You're gonna get a
Counterfeit.
snap fold from ace ten. Ace ten's like, oh. Alright, now you gotta bluff it for small, I think.
Why?
Or maybe you play check jam, cuz you're counterfeit. You got 9 high. You almost play the board.
There's 10 big blinds in the mid. Do we need to bloat it? Or the big blind here?
What if he's got like
We
queen ten
defended, it
here?
didn't work. There's a bunch of high cards. We're just not gonna win.
What if he's got queen ten? What if he's got pocket tens? What if he's got pocket queens?
Pocket queen who wins here.
Yeah, I know, but not if you bluff.
People get married with queens, you know that, right? They're just like, I never
Yeah,
win. I call.
they're, yeah, they're over there in the Vegas chapel saying I do.
Just getting married with their queen spree, right? And just like. So maybe bluffing is the way. I just don't think so. Yeah, here counterfeit. You need to do it. Oh yeah, over bet. What about check raising here?
Yeah, seems reasonable. The backdoor potential of the ace is very valuable.
Big
Yeah,
or very
and
big?
also like a three, a three, a five,
Yep.
those are good cards to continue on. I do like, and you're deep, okay, so this is definitely a good hand class to be check raising, this type of holding.
Yep.
What about sizing?
You definitely clear up some value of your ace outs as well, because like if he has, like an ace eight of clubs, he's not gonna station off here. He's just gonna let it go.
Yeah, yeah. Sizing's kind of an interesting one for me. I don't do a ton of mixing with my check raisings. I should probably spend some more time on that. This feels intuitively like a 55 though.
I agree.
Or-
It's not the most dynamic. It's also not the most static.
Okay, so like if you look, like this is not even close. This is like, you don't wanna call. You don't wanna call here. You wanna be clicking in some chippies.
Yeah. Very high frequency check raise. Spade. Straight card. This is
That's
not
a give
good.
up. Yeah, that's not a good card for us. That's a give up. In my mind.
We tried, it was a prank, didn't work. Don't need to take the gun out.
Yeah, you're
It's
gonna
just a
play
prank.
fold. I think you still have the bluff opportunity on some runouts though. Like if a spade hits the river and it goes check, check, I think you see like some jamming and stuff go on. I'm probably just check folding this. Okay, now we can start betting maybe, small.
I wanted to check raise. So when check, 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 I mean, we got over bet.
I don't know if you overbet. Like if you go too big, what are you targeting for your call?
Well, it's 8 big blinds, right? So you have like your busted, what will you bet with your busted spades?
I think I'm like targeting a jack or an ace high or maybe a 7 sometimes here. I feel like 70%, like 4 big blinds feels good. I feel like your bluffs may go a little bit larger.
I was
Yeah.
150.
Yeah, the intuition's right, like you need to match your bluffs, so if the bluffs are feeling like they need to go bigger than 4 big blinds, you should probably go for value bigger than 4 big blinds. Call or click? I think call,
I say raise.
yeah. Small one if you raise,
Why
3.3.
not big? I wanna raise big. I just wanna get it in, no?
Well, you are gonna get it in. Like, look, your 8 big blinds effective. If you go to 3.3, that puts like your
Why not do
SPR
it
at
now?
like a third.
Why not do it now? Wow, we
You're
have
gonna
the
just,
last hand.
you're gonna nuke his continues?
Yes,
Wait, but all in's just too big.
Yeah, it is. I don't think all in's good.
55 then?
You know, so
I,
you just
I,
like you just
I
lose too
would
much with
go,
your bluffs there, and you just pile against better hands. And
yeah, I would go that. I would go 33 here or
yeah, I think
call.
three's fine.
Okay,
Yep, solver agrees. Because you still put a lot of pressure. Like, is he just excited to station off with ace queen, and then you jam
Yeah,
on the
it's
turn,
like we're 10 big blinds effective. Now you're just all in.
and ace queen is just crying.
on any
Even
turn?
ace,
Yeah. Not any turn,
I
but
yeah,
a
but yeah,
jack,
I mean, I didn't raise his hand to fold it. Let's
What
go.
about an ace?
an
I
ace
don't give
might
a
be the
fuck,
one that
man.
you
I don't
play.
give a fuck.
What about ace
Yeah,
of spades?
well, dude, an ace is bad because like his natural continues are gonna, so he limps ace 4, he limps ace 5. He limps ace 3, ace deuce. So when an ace hits, they're natural continues for him. So I feel like an ace is actually like exceptionally bad. But to Tim's point, you don't care. There's too much money in the pot. You have
Yeah,
second
yeah.
pair.
I think like your value is just going to continue because your value is still value. You have a little bit of room to drop some bluffs on different turns. So you like raised some different bluffs with some various like crappy backdoor crap. And like if you have 10-9 now, then like obviously you're going with it. You're very happy about this turn.
But
So,
yeah, this is just a put in, I think, here,
oh,
Louis. Oh,
What?
it actually does that.
What?
That's pretty wild. I guess you
How?
just I guess you want a bluff catch? I don't know. You can't fold, you just call.
How do you feel now?
EV, lots of EV here.
I feel like I'm
Yeah, let's
making
see.
200 big blinds per 100 hands.
Oh, can we see showdowns? I'm so frustrated not seeing showdowns.
Tim, if you
It,
read my lastest article, it says clearly, man, strategy over emotion. It doesn't
Oh, I
matter.
don't read. I don't read.
Alright,
okay, so this is a little dicey. We are extremely deep. He plays check though, so you don't have to worry about it. I think I still play check, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of awkward because the hand doesn't make straights and doesn't make flushes, and
Yeah, you've got
but it's a
really
but it's a
fragile
good
equity
hand.
here. No,
Yeah,
it bets small. I can see small, I guess, but
yeah, and it's smaller because the board texture shifted. So like he checked back some 10x that now has a better hand. Whereas like if the turn was a deuce, we'd go bigger with our ace eight, of course.
I kinda wanna go smaller check.
Yeah, small seems nice. 33%, third pair. He's like just gonna have ace king sometimes. And yeah, check and evaluate would be fine.
I feel like he's gonna have some really big bluffs there for sizing sometimes, so it's like, you don't wanna put your hand at risk, I think. This is probably just a check fold.
Okay, easy call.
You still have to continue. It's your best second pair. He's gonna have some hands like that pick up flush draws. Like he's gonna have queen eight here sometimes, some
If you call,
spades.
if you bet spot, do you call?
Um, I think you're probably supposed to. Like, I don't think you just get to let go of every pair other than an ace here. I don't know. You're kind of short though is the only problem.
Surprise, it's jamming sometimes, right?
Yeah. Ooh, maybe block.
Small?
Maybe. Your checker blocking, no, you gotta go smaller. It'd be like 10% or something. We don't have enough chips. It'd be block or check.
Ooh, there's a
Yeah,
massive
yeah,
EV
yeah.
too.
I mean, it's like, look at the EV differential. It's huge. Like he's just got a lot of really strong hands here. So, yeah, okay, you win, bud. His bluff, a lot of his bluffs on the turn get there on the river with this queen anyways, like, I think you just have to yeah. You might just raise here. I think calling's better though. Uh, folds. I guess.
Nope.
Nope. You got direct outs to a straight still. I feel confident showing a queen down. Well, the solver does not agree.
So savage.
Um, okay, so this one's a little difficult because there are a lot of like straight draws here. So I might just fold here, to be honest.
I don't think you can.
I would be more in line
Okay, maybe you're right.
if I had the ace of spades.
The ace of spade would make it a raise, right?
Maybe you can raise this one. Yeah, this one might be a raise. He's just gonna have some range bets here where, your straight draw and spade are gonna be good, I think, sometimes. I don't even think you need to raise big if you raise.
Okay, so let's try raise small. Or call.
Yep,
Oh, we got him. 10-9.
yeah, eat that, bud. Ooh, alright, so we're not donking mono flops. We're not donking mono flops.
Why not?
Because there's no equity shift. There's no equity advantage. He's got all the ace high flush draws here. And flushes.
Yep.
Okay,
And offsuit aces and kings as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Ace
But,
king, ace queen, ace jack.
he's gonna feel it on the flop if he puts chips out there. Like, I'm going big here. Like, I want to put pressure on pocket queens and jacks. Like, I like 83.
Ace jack with like even with the jack of spades is
No,
quite
Just a
no,
call.
small when
no.
it's monotone, just like we bet small when it's monotone. It's a good thing to remember.
Yeah, I got a little excited there by our hand class. Did you check raise or you played call? You played call.
Well, I think, wait, I think we could donk this a little bit.
A very little bit is what we saw there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cruise
Do you
wolf.
click? Do you click? Do you click?
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know though. We kind of
You
have
might call.
against a
You might.
2x pot. It seems like we have like a decent made hand with a redraw. Like he can just have a flush here. He can have queen jack of spades, right?
But he's also got hands like pocket kings, jacks, queens with the spade.
Yeah.
We
That's
need
He's
to
true.
got.
bet it. I don't
No,
think he
2x
will
pot, he
overbet
doesn't
the
have.
four liner with kings there.
Okay,
No.
so let's construct his range because this is very interesting to me. Like my intuition is like I want to play click here, but we are just isolating ourselves against a flush here sometimes with like
All
25%
the
equity.
time.
Yeah,
I think he
a
has
lot,
eight,
right?
nine. He has
But
at
when,
least an
when
eight to do that, right? Minimum.
yeah, he could have an eight. He could just have an eight here with like he could have king eight or something.
You could
Not
have
really
eight, nine as well. He has a bunch of eights.
though. What if he has the mirror hand that you have? What if he has ace eight, but with the eight of spades?
He's not over betting.
I don't know, man. It's four to a straight flush with a straight and a blocker. I don't know. I don't know. This is a very interesting spot. In game, I think I would play click.
I think I like the call. Yeah,
No, you just play call. Click's not like super good.
I mean, it makes sense. Like you want you just don't raise that much here anyway, because it's against a hyperpolarized range. You should
Right.
just have easy decisions against raises. And we have a big redraw. But like we're just if we're raising, we're just yeah, king, queen, king, jack, king, ten of spades, queen, jack, queen, ten. Like it's bad.
okay, I think we
Okay,
bet
so now what do we do?
small.
Block small, maybe?
Yeah, you wanna get,
Block
Maybe
small is
check.
interesting,
I think I might play check still.
but if I was gonna block, I would block smaller, like 10%.
we wanna get paid something for when he calls with like two pair or pocket kings, you know? So if we just bet five, it's gonna call, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the end. If we bet 17, we get
Okay,
a lot of
so
value.
what's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan basing a jam?
We have the
Right.
blocker. So depends, I think, don't think he jams, I think he raises. I don't know, he's gonna jam, you're right. Hey, 17, he can make it 40, you know, and we can call. He doesn't need to jam. He jams. And we have a straight, we have the blocker. We got a station. But that node is not as interesting, kinda right? But. Okay, no. He overbets the turn, right? Let's see
What
what,
is he betting 2x pot on the turn with?
yeah, yeah. Let's see that.
Flushes, spade, some straights with a redraw, and high spade blockers.
I'm not certain that a flush would bet 2x pot on the turn.
Well, I think it definitely does. There's the SPR was like 7 or something. So it needs to go 2x 2x. It needs to go geometric to get the money in, you know?
Can I see what his range looks like on the turn?
Kind of like similar here to if you were on like a king 7 4 deuce board with at that stack depth, you'd be betting just huge with sets. I think it's the same concept, which are the effective nuts on a board like that. And if he has a flush, he wants to steer away from the 8 and 9 to give us a chance to have them. You know, he wants us to have second best hand in the form of a straight or low flush.
So that's his turn range.
So
And he
hover over some of these combos so we can.
mostly overbet.
Interesting that he's doing that with sets for value. That's kind of spicy. And then yeah, like big offsuit hands with a single big spade, ace queen, king jack, ace jack, queen jack.
Even with the ace of spades, but why? Like you're getting called so like not often enough.
Well, yeah, he wants us to make big folds. Like if we look at our response to that range, we probably start folding two pairs, right?
Huh?
Like I understand the sets because he wants protection,
Two
but
pair.
Yeah, we're folding 6-5, 5-4, 6-4. Look at us, 8-6,
Straight?
8-7. We're folding straights. Yeah. I think we just don't spend a lot of time at that SPR. And as tournament players, it's not that intuitive that like you need some really big sizings to get the money in. Bro, we're kind of used to like 30 big blind, like half pot limit poker.
Always check raising. Right? No, not the good size. Yes. Nice. Check. Is this a good leading opportunity with our hand and with this turn? Flop went check, check. He's supposed to range bet a lot on king eye board.
It's really good, right?
Sounds good. Not sure if it is good.
We have all the 6-7s and 5-4 and 8-4s.
So 33%? We could do it
No.
20%.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a time. But majority check. Now with the three, we just hit showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So. Do we ever call here with a three? So question number one,
What would you?
is having an ace good here? Or not good?
It's okay. You block the wheel.
Yeah, but everything that missed, like ace seven, ace nine, ace ten.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, there's not many aces that missed, right? Ace five, ace four, ace three, ace eight, ace king.
Yeah, and like even if he has ace jack, I think he can just
He
check
wouldn't
it
bluff,
back
right?
a
Yeah,
lot here, right?
exactly,
Like ace jack is kind of a good hand. I think
exactly.
he's more likely to show up with some like queen 10 type hand that he didn't decide to bluff with earlier.
So it has to be either the bottom of his range, which we win against. Or what else can it be? What
Some
value?
like second best, like some weak value that got promoted from the check line.
Ace
Like if
eight?
he,
Think he does that with ace.
yeah, exactly. Something like 8x is reasonable. I
So,
think pocket queens could have played cautiously this far, and then could be like, I'm always good. Like
okay, so we just have to fold every time, right?
I think we call.
Think we can call, no? We can
Ooh.
raise all in.
Because we block an important draw. Yeah.
Woo!
We're gonna raise all the wheel with the wheel, certainly when we bink it.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
love
do,
that.
right? We got him.
He had like Queen 10. That was the hand why did not
It doesn't
seeing?
show.
Ah.
It's really laggy today. I wanted to know if it's Queen 10.
Yeah, sorry. You have to be okay with it. We played the hand well, it's all that matters. Winning, losing. Doesn't. Oh, although gotta continue against that, right?
It's tiny, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
No.
no.
What?
No.
It's so small though. I mean, we get so good odds. Even
Well, we just gotta let it go sometimes. Now being one of those times. Has to be a call.
oh, good check.
So ace sideboard, I don't think we lead turn very much.
Don't think we're ever raising here either.
Why not? Just because of the flush card?
Because
I think we do a
Yeah.
lot if we had two pair, just to deny like ace with a
there's
jack, a
multiple
spade or
reasons, but
something.
like we basically have bottom two. I guess we have middle two. He could just have a flush already. He could have a better two pair. So like just calling, I think is the best.
We block all two pairs. I don't think he opens like ace four there.
I
Maybe
like
ace four
Ace four
raising.
suited.
suited.
I think raising is good.
Let's see.
It's okay. I think it's a little thin, yeah. It's like
I'm mostly calling.
Cause we stack ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace ten here.
Hmm.
well, but yes and no. They're not just gonna station off all their
Yeah.
chips.
Look at the ranges. Like just go look at
Hmm.
his response with ace king when you go all in on the turn.
I'm
Like
stacking
I don't think you're stacking ace king.
Without a spade,
easy,
he's gonna play pretty cautiously.
easy stacking, watch it.
I don't think you're stacking it.
I'm getting all the cookies.
I mean, that's true. You'll get it against that, but like he's also allowed to have ace nine sometimes, ace seven sometimes, sets, flushes, like you know. So not there's no value, but I think it's like the solver recognizes that it starts to isolate itself against some dicey spots.
There's already mixing
So
folds with ace king.
Exactly.
yeah. So it's like
The
when
only
you go
ones that
all
are
in,
excited to put in money
see it
have a
where
spade, and those ones are pretty live against us. Like
That,
they beat us on an ace or a
that makes
king
me a
or a
pretty
four
big
or a
fish,
spade.
cause I would never fold ace king.
I would, because again, in these spots, like when we represent value, it doesn't matter the absolute strength of his hand. It's more important to be able to outdraw us. Like it's more important to have something live. And like ace king no spade is just not live here against like our flushes.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's only the more important the deeper you get.
Yeah.
do we
So
ever get to go all in here?
Yes, yes. Two overs, backdoor. We can beat any 10. I think the four is just dead. Ay, ay, ay.
Whoosh.
this is a
This
good card.
feels very close.
This seems to be a good card to me. Am I wrong?
Good card for us.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know. What are these ranges? We're playing 10 big blind poker. Honestly, I really don't have a sense.
uh,
Ay, 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 ay.
uh, Sammy, what do you do?
Oh my God, I don't know. It's Against population, you're never calling, I guess. But
Blind against
against the
blind.
machine. Against the machine.
People do weird stuff blind against blind.
I don't think I can fold this after this action. I mean, how much is in there? 20, and we have to call 5.5. Sounds so tempting.
We beat some of the bluffs, right?
Yeah, we do. We do.
So that's it. That's all we need. Beat some of the
Do you
bluffs.
always call here, Louis?
It depends who I'm playing against, but if the guy is super loose and super aggressive, I might point it off. But make no mistake, man, you can't go in a tournament, run deep in it, be at the end of it, and make plays like that. This is chip EV. This is like
Mm-hmm.
you played a couple of hands, you lost your stack in the level 3, and now here you are with 10 big blinds. Okay. It's not like I run deep and I have 10 big blinds now and I'm gonna play like this. So as long
Yeah.
as we understand each other, right? So if it's the
Good point,
beginning,
yeah.
I mean, I could probably rebuy, And then this guy probably just pushing me around. And then I think you have to call some aces here. I think it's one of the two. It's either like a pretty good, the best hand you fold or one of your worst calls. I'm a station. I like to call.
Would you rather call with ace jack or ace deuce?
Makes no difference. I think ace jack. I think ace jack is better here.
Ace jack blocks more bluffs.
Well, it blocks bluffs, but it would beat some of the things that do that. Like if he's showing an ace here, we beat him. Like if he has like ace of spades something, we just destroy him. Again. Short stack blind against blind. I'm checking here.
Mm-hmm.
Just check, showdown. We're gonna win often.
Hey, that's an overbet board for under the gun.
Pretty big bet, right? So we just give it
Yeah.
up.
This is like ace nine or pocket tens.
Yeah, bet big, but overbet? I don't use that. Maybe I should.
Yeah, I think that's like pretty good play with ace, like ace, and then whatever the top card is. Can we see what his overbet flop range looks like on that other hand?
Ace nine, pocket 10, pocket jack. Pretty sure that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's see.
I bet like 80% on this board. I noticed like an overbet there. Can you click under
So
the
this
gun?
is
Yeah.
the starting range. No, this is our call range.
Well, it's
Ooh.
majority over betting here, which is kind of rare.
I think it's probably because it's a 9-high board.
Yeah, for sure.
8, 9,
Like
4.
there's special properties here
Two.
where it's like we're typically not supposed to have a 9. So like it doesn't connect with our range, it connects with the big blind's range. So we're polarizing.
Hmm. So one check, do we check this turn or do we start to bet it?
I think we can bet or we can check. I think both are fine. I think if we want to bet, is probably like 50% ish.
Or bigger.
Mhm.
We shove? How about that?
You shove here.
Wow, it's top pair. SPR is one. So yeah, how about that? What do you guys say?
No flush blocker. Yes, straight blocker, but one pair for
Top pair, look at this
140%
PR.
pot. I'm looking at it.
You don't seem
I-
as thrilled as I am, then. I'm happy to
It's
I'd
just
probably
check.
like,
bet 7
yeah,
also.
he has some worse hands in range, but like
Oh,
he
goodness.
has some better
I
hands in
don't think he
range.
gets
7.
going here.
Oh my goodness.
Bet 7.
Okay, okay.
And I'm not surprised. We already bet on the turn when there's three flushes on the board and he calls, and it's like, you know, I don't think he's stationing off with like queen six that much.
Yeah. All right. Check.
It's just a fold.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. 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 Is this gonna be a check raise or a check call?
Check
Spicy.
call.
Mhm.
There's no raises here.
No raising here. How could you say that, Vince?
It's a high paired board. So the range interaction is high. Plus, we basically the hands that we're bluffing against is worse than our current hand.
That kind of makes sense. But it's a pair
Mhm.
board. We're in a big line. We mostly defend by raising. It's a very small bet, and you could be right. Like, we're gonna be bluffing with the best end. So I say mixing both. Let's try raising.
What's the call?
Ah, you were right. Majority call.
Yeah, it's also the one of the key cards for imposition is paired, so we're gonna want to check raise less on that one.
Now what?
The
Oh man,
You lead this turn ever?
no.
6% of the time.
Oh, nice beat. I would have guessed like 2.
Yeah,
Woo! 50% leads. Look at
46.
this.
All right.
Do you ever do you?
I wish I did.
Let's try it. What do you do now?
We got the 9 of diamonds, man.
Do we blast them?
Well,
I think we
I think
can go small, right?
we can
If
bet
you're
pot,
bluffing.
maybe. If we bet
I think
pot, he's gonna like start to think about it with his aces, right? To,
this is just a give up. He's got lots of full houses here. Even if we make a flush, we're not really happy.
That's true.
I'm just checking and hoping to chop with another queen.
again, why is it just a give up?
Because we're betting into a range that's is never folding a jack, never folding a king, probably not folding an ace,
Okay, but
and we have lots of flushes that want to bluff catch here.
What jacks or kings are just calling the small bet on the turn? We capped them pretty hard, no?
I think the solver is less capped here in practice. They'll just have like a not 100% of hands, but just like a decent percent of hands that slow play to the river.
He's like fish on the line.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to shake you
And also,
loose.
this is not bottom of range for us, is it? Like we
Yeah,
have
true.
10 high, we have 9 high.
Okay,
And queen high chops here sometimes. He's gonna check back a queen sometimes.
too high in
true.
our high card range.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like he could even show up here with
So you were
some
right.
kind of 10 high occasionally.
You had a king all along. Look at him.
Miserable.
He
Miserable.
didn't want to shake the fish off the line.
Maybe he has like pocket eights when he's bluffing.
I want to know. I have to know.
He doesn't show.
Bro,
All in
give
the
us
muck
some
today.
fish food. We need sustenance.
Call, check, and then. This is too good. We're not gonna raise, right? We don't raise with backdoors. Like
Not so
this?
much.
Not so much, huh?
Yeah.
This time we do.
Now, do you wish we could check raise on the flop, or are you happy we didn't check raise on the flop?
We need to check raise now, I guess.
Well, we'll see.
No.
Oh. All right, so this is good. He
We need to
doesn't have
bluff.
very many flushes here now, and we have lots of flushes.
Do you wanna block bet or should we just check back?
4.5.
6.5.
I'm 6.5 too.
This is too
If
big.
you bluffing.
I'm like 1.5.
Yeah, 6.5 is too big. Just check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Vince.
Oh, 6.5. Exactly the size you want.
Do we even call here? Like, it's so brutal.
You probably
Yeah.
call. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
solver you call, but like it sucks.
We're getting our 4 chips back. You've got a queen too.
He value bets sets, so
Show us. Oh,
Gotta continue here.
Do we?
Yeah, the question is. Like, do we go with like a spade or no? We don't have a spade, we don't raise. With a
I
spade,
think the real question is, do we have to continue here?
yes.
Do we have any folds at all?
Imagine a 4 on the turn. We could lead a 3, an ace. There's all kinds of good turns. You could go check, 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 and you win.
Let's say a 4 comes on the turn and then he bets real big.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
see, we do have folds here.
Yeah, it's mixing.
That's good.
A 7. Is he breaking on a 7? We need him to slow down a little bit because it's getting. So does he
Yeah,
have a
this
jack?
is one of those times where like you kind of look at the HUD, how much is he c betting on the turn, and then like just fold.
Then what? Fold your trees?
On the flop, like if he c bets like 80% on the turn, you could just fold the flop. Like here, we're just folding, right?
yeah.
Check call, check call, check call.
No. You gotta raise now.
55.
I like calling.
You're
Mm,
mostly gonna call, so when you raise, you're gonna raise bigger.
it is right.
Your range really wants to call here, not raise. So when you do raise, you're more polar and you're gonna raise bigger.
Ah,
I like to call against people who triple barrel. And if I know the solver,
so we're gonna bet
So-
55 here.
So here's a spot where all of our bluffs didn't improve equity on this card. And so a lot of our bluffs would give up. So you're gonna have some checkbacks and you're gonna have some bets. So some 55 and some checks.
Yeah.
Ironically, this is a delicious spot to double check raise. And
Yeah,
now
right, because he can go thin with some, yeah.
We just push.
Yeah, all the chips.
but what did he have? What did he have?
No
Pocket
us.
fives.
I need the gratification. Can you turn on the showdown?
We're gonna raise here. What
I-
size do you wanna raise to?
Don't think so.
Why not?
Why do you want to raise here?
Upper dangler to the pair card.
Queen's the upper dangler.
Wow, the 10 and the king, and it's like almost, right?
Yeah, 50 big blinds, like our suited jacks are going to be three betting here. We're going to be devoid of some jacks. We're going to have some aces. I'm just calling with this hand.
Yeah, I'm calling with this hand as well. If you check raise here, do you think like king queen is folding?
Never.
You check raise, you have to go big too then, Louis. 55 or 83.
Okay, well, we don't get better kings to fold. We don't get really better hands to fold at all. We beat what, you know, okay, I see calling.
Is pocket tens or nines folding? If you check raise here,
Hmm,
No, but like maybe pocket sixes and sevens.
probably
Mhm.
there are, but
Well, his range is still going to be protected with lots of weak aces here. Um, this is just a check. Yeah.
bet
Yeah, like you
300.
Bet 300.
Yeah, it's the same EV as checking, so just don't punch your stack.
Don't fun.
Bet it, yes.
Try to get an ace to fold. See how that works for you.
Yeah.
What?
Actually, yeah.
What's going on here? Check, check on the flop, 8 on the turn, now we bet.
Yeah, so we have a double belly here. Right? The 5 and the 9.
So you like to bet your
So with a
double
high
belly
equity
speed?
draw, we can we
What
can
kind
get
of,
better ace fold here.
what kind of size do you pick?
It went check on the flop, so I'm gonna go. We also have the ace of spades, so we're gonna have to bluff off a spade river. So I'm gonna set up a jam with Either 83 or 125 here.
Ambitious.
Yeah. Get ready to jam that spade.
It's probably one of the worst cards for us.
Oh yeah.
A queen or a jack is worse, but this is also pretty bad. I might give up here. Right? We had a pretty polar turn bets, and he didn't fall for it, so
Yeah, we've got a bad river.
yeah. Good night, Irene. Good luck.
What's that? Ooh, do we lead here sometime? No, 9, 10. Has to be a little smaller, right?
It has to be like 7-6-5 for us to lead. 8 boards
lower.
lead a lot less. And then when you lead, you wanna have like a bit of the upper part of the straight, like here it could be a 9, a 10. But that's not really a thing on 8 boards.
Hello.
A little bit, right?
Ooh, I like a check raise here.
Huh,
You do?
I do like a check raise here.
How big do you go?
I think that's crazy. We fold.
We call.
It's like 6, 7, 8, 9, and then an ace against CP. Feels like you're torching here a little bit when you call.
Mhm.
Check. Check to check all.
Don't you wanna block?
No.
Turn when check. Maybe you could block, no?
I want like king of spades to bluff here. Snap him off. Snap him off. Do it. See? You just snap him off, man. Easy game.
Gonna be that guy who makes this call?
Yeah. All day. All day,
Not
every
me.
day.
Not me.
If you see my river call efficiency, you know I'm snapping off.
It is low. 0.5.
Oh,
I'm a station. What can I say?
mhm. Do you stash station enough here?
This one is a little bit weird. Like I know the machine's gonna call a lot, but against this sizing at this stack depth, like it does not feel good.
Yeah, but I just
Really
think you
feels
have
like
like, even if you're behind, you have 5 pretty clean outs, you know?
You gotta call once.
Yeah, like
Because like turn
the machine's
4
gonna
or turn
call, right?
queen.
Which I agree with. Like we're calling, but like this doesn't feel great.
We pray. Now we're praying. Uh-oh. Prayers have not been answered. Although, I think he would push an 8 here. He wouldn't bet 5 with an 8. And it's a pretty great turn for us.
I'm not sure. I feel like every time I get to this turn, I'm folding. I don't know if that's right or wrong. But
Let's see.
it's stacked up in this
I
bet.
think majority fold. I think we jam. Turn our 4 into a bluff.
That was my first thought too, yeah. I think that's a great river, maybe. And we need to bluff something here. I think
I don't
bluff all
know.
the fours. No.
Negative.
But it's not that bad. I mean, the EV is pretty close together. Does that make any sense? To ever take them all in line?
Yeah, it's true. It is close. Very close. But now it just gets to like take it on us like this. Now we have to fold.
Yeah.
Aye. Let's see what he has.
He's not showing today.
He's not showing. My goodness. All right, take it to your grave. Okay, so that's a big bet. But our top pair is too good. I think we raised 13 to get it in.
Even
No.
against a big bet. Oh, yeah.
Raise 33. Yeah, at this SPR, top pair, top kicker is pretty damn good. Just go. And then maybe we win. We'll never know.
Guess what? He has ace king,
Yeah.
right?
Not today.
So funny. But I prefer that, you know, you need to detach yourself from the end result. If you make the right play, be happy. That's all. I'm checking here.
Mhm.
Huh.
Ah,
Fold.
Yeah. No way, the king. We don't have a spade, we have a king, like 2 reasons that feels pretty bad here. But okay.
I think that in blind versus blind, the population is definitely not bluffing enough out of position.
I think they're bluffing too much blind versus blind.
Not out of position though.
Maybe not out of position.
I think when you're in position and like small blind players like check, 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 check,
Yeah, people are.
then the in position players just like blasting everything.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't think the small blinds like triple barreling it off light.
Wanna check raise here or just call? I'm raising.
Uh,
raising.
this one's a little bit interesting. I think like I like both.
Great. Turn is not good. Just
Yeah.
no.
I think we can still check call. We can bet.
Can
I
block
think we
bet.
got
That's
all the
great.
options.
20. Bet 20%, okay.
That's a bad one.
Oh man.
Are we gonna turn it into a bluff? I don't think so.
Yeah. Not with the ace, I guess. Oh,
If you reverse a king, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
I don't know. Something that I've noticed about the solver is that on the river, when the SPR is like so low, they'll just call it off.
yeah.
But I think
I think it's solver is always a call, but I don't know if we're calling in game.
You guys say call here.
I'm folding.
Cause calling feels bad. After we check raise, we barrel and he's still here and he jams into us. Ah, man.
Does feel bad.
I mean, trying too hard.
But if we folding ace eight, we fold everything right? Except for a nine.
Wait, what are you talking about? It's fourth pair.
It is, yeah. It is.
We're not folding everything. We're folding on our range.
I think we're check folding here.
What the hell is it?
Check call.
Wow.
Oh, never mind.
Wow.
I think we can still check call.
Gotta do
Weirdly,
something.
because we have
We
two
have
hearts.
to, yeah.
The back door.
Sure does help. Yeah.
I think it's probably mixing, but like, this feels bad. I think I'm still calling, but it feels
Mhm.
bad. Yeah, like the EV is so low.
What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 0.03 or something.
Okay, yes, that's super thin.
He dunked the deuce, right?
I guess we do.
Donk small. Donk small after a
Oh,
after an overbet. Do we even have a deuce? I'm like fairly certain we don't have a deuce. Unless we have like specifically ace deuce.
and he doesn't, yeah.
Lead jam.
Like I think we gotta fold now, right?
Shit. Yes, think so. Cause it's getting
Can I see what our range is on the turn? Like how are we dunking here? Where are we getting our value from?
Maybe from our flushes, because we get more flushes in our range. When we do spades hit, and we have a few deuces. I think ace deuce and. Nope, we don't. Nope.
Can you can you go to the turn action? Like what are we dunking with?
everything.
Like
What?
yeah, like we don't have a deuce. Like we have 10 deuce sometimes. But we basically don't have a deuce here.
Don't
So
have
when he overbets the flop, how often is he doing that for protection? Spade. Maybe it doesn't have so much to do with the two as much as it.
I think he does it with a lot of value, given the flop texture. Yeah, so he's sizing up with all of his good aces. And the worse his top pair gets, the less he does it. Then it's pocket tens. Then it's gonna be like spades. Like and 6 and 5. Then here this should be spades as well.
Yeah, at least one spade. Queen spade.
Right. This one.
I think you can donk here. You can check here. All the options are open.
I like donkey. I think it's good for a range.
Let's try. Yeah, it's a spot.
Why did you choose to check even though it has a slightly low EV? I don't get that.
Because it's just
Well,
your
slightly
range.
lower is kind of like the way it works is, it's like jumping back and forth between different strategies and reacting to itself, like trying one out of position, the other in position. So like if you iterated it again, it would rebalance things like a couple percent of hands from this to that, and like in position would also rebalance. So it's not a huge
I
deal.
think I'm going to bet probably like
Thanks.
50-ish%, maybe 7-6 calls. You can still have a queen somehow.
Probably just go small.
Because I want some value against this 6.
Okay, kind of big.
Let's go bigger. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna call, but I'm already scared. Big over bet like that. Oh, look at this, losing EV.
But we still call him even though it is in EV.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't fold everything just because he's pumping the gas. We have to find some defense. But now it's getting,
I'm always folding turn.
yeah, we fold. We have better kings, like King Jack here can make a straight. King 10, we have better kings here. Do we bet here? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. No.
I'm not sure either. Just check call, I guess. Do we get any value fee?
No, I think we now after check on the turn, we need to bet like over bet or bet pretty big.
Okay.
Ah, it's betting 3.
Oh man,
You're gonna call? Easy.
you have to call, right?
Yeah, easy. Alright, I think we're gonna wrap it up on this. It's been a nice session. Thanks a lot for joining, everybody. It's always a pleasure.